everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. So today I'll be showing you how to crochet this top. I've not completed making the top, but I'm here to show you how to make this top. It's so simple. It's just a matter of increasing and decreasing the rows. So I'm going to guide you, and the following are the requirement to make this top. You require a yarn. This is a robin yarn and it's a 50-gram weight yarn. Then also you require a measuring tape, and I'll be using a 4mm hook. I know it's a bit big, but this is what I'll be using. Also, you should have a pair of scissors, and let's get into it. So the first thing that you'll be doing will be making the height of this top. So for the height of my top, I chained 35 stitches. So if you want your top to be a bit longer, you can just increase the number of rows. Remember, for me, size large, or my waist is 27. So if you have the same size as me, you can just chain 35. But if you have larger boobs, you can increase the size because it will be a bit small. So for this, I chained 35 stitches. Then another thing, we'll be using a ribbed pattern. You'll be using a ribbed pattern, and we'll be using this lemon peel stitch. So let's get into it, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Remember, I had given up on this crocheting, but I lacked content on what to post on YouTube. So now I'm back, and I'll be doing a great job. So just like the video so that you can support me, and so that I can feel motivated to keep on going. And guys, please just subscribe to my channel and just like this video, and let's get into it. First thing, we'll be making a slip knot as usual. So just make a slip knot. Then after making a slip knot, insert the hook onto that stitch over there and chain that 5 stitches. So just chain that 5 stitches, or any chains that, and make sure that the top fit you well. So remember, you can increase the number of chains or decrease them. This depends on how you want your top to be. So for me, I'll just be chaining that 5 stitches. Then after chaining that 5 stitches, I'll be here to show you what to do next. To make this lemon peel stitch, the number of stitches should be an odd number. So I'll be using that 5 stitches. Then the first stitch, so for the lemon peel, we will be alternating the single crochets and the double crochet. So the first stitch, you should start with a single crochet, and you should end the stitch with a double crochet. So let me show you how to do it. So we'll start by making a single crochet. So onto the first, so we start by making a single crochet. So make a single crochet onto this first stitch over here. So to make a single crochet, you just insert the hook onto the stitch that you have chained, then pull through the yarn, and you should have 2 stitches on your hook. Then after that, yarn over the both stitches at the same time, and to make a double crochet, you have to yarn over, then insert the hook onto that stitch, pull through the yarn. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over the first 2 loops, then after that yarn over the last 2 loops. So we'll just be alternating single crochet and double crochet until you complete this row, and make sure your last stitch is a double crochet. If it's not a double crochet, skip this stitch and place a double crochet over here. So you can just end the row where you have placed a double crochet. So repeat that, and after that I'll be here to show you what to do next. And the main thing for making this top is just increasing and decreasing. So I know you know how to make the constant rows, but let me guide you. So alternate the single crochets and double crochet, then after that I'll be here to show you what to do next. I've completed my first row, so I had to skip this stitch over here because the last stitch should be a double crochet. So I've just skipped this stitch over there. So the next thing that you're going to do, you chain 1 and turn your work around. Remember, for the first stitch, you should place a single crochet. So in simple, where the stitch looks like this, you'll be placing a single crochet, and where the stitch looks like this, you'll be placing a double crochet on it. So you'll just be alternating single crochets and double crochet. So place a single crochet onto that first stitch over there, then place a double crochet onto the second stitch. So keep on alternating single crochets and double crochets until you complete this row. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. So remember, this is a sample that I'm making. I've already made my top, so I'll be guiding you using this sample, and I'll be estimating the rows using this top that I've made. So I've not completed the top, but I'll be showing you how to do it step by step. Right now, I'll be showing you how to make an increase or increase the number of stitches into this pattern, and this is what you have to do. So chain one. After chaining one, we'll be placing 2 stitches onto this first stitch over here, but you have to check what you should place onto this second stitch over here. So for example, onto this second stitch over here, I should place a double crochet on it. So meaning I'll start by placing a double crochet into this first stitch. You will start by increasing using a double crochet onto this first stitch. So place a double crochet onto this first stitch over here, then place a single crochet onto the same stitch. So this is what you have to do. You have to check what you place onto this second stitch over here. So for example, for me, I'll be placing a double crochet onto this second stitch over here. So meaning I'll start the row by placing a double crochet. Then onto the same stitch, you will also make a single crochet so that you can make an increase. Then after that, repeat the pattern. So place a double crochet onto the next stitch, then place a single crochet onto the next stitch. So just repeat the pattern of repeating the single crochet and the double crochet. So just repeat that, then I'll be showing you what to do next when you reach onto this point over here. So make this row, then we're going to the top. I'll be there to show you what to do next. So I've completed my first row of increase, and remember on the lower part of the top will not be making an increase, you'll just be increasing onto the upper part of the top. So repeat just a normal row until you complete this row. Then after that, I'll be showing you how to start the next row. Remember, we'll only be increasing while starting a new row, and we'll only be increasing onto the upper part of the top. So just repeat a normal row until you complete this row. Then after that, I'll be showing you how to increase. I'll be showing you how to increase the second row. I'm almost completing this row, and remember, this is the second row after the first row of increase. So just place normal double crochet and single crochet. Repeat the pattern of alternating double crochet and single crochet until you complete this row. So while making the increase, you will not mind the stitch that you should start with or the stitch that you should end the row with. So it's just alternating. So I've completed this second row after making the first row of increase. So let's move on to the third row. So in simple, this is what you are going to do so that you can increase the number of stitches into this lemon peel pattern. Just chain one, then check the second stitch, what you should place onto this second stitch over here. It's a single crochet, so meaning we start increasing by making one single crochet onto the first stitch. Then also we'll add a double crochet onto that very first stitch because we are making an increase. So after that, repeat a pattern of repeating single crochet and double crochet. So remember, onto this stitch that looks like this, we'll be placing a single crochet. Then onto the stitches that looks like this, we'll be placing a double crochet. So repeat that, and remember will not be increasing on the lower part of this top. So the second row after making this row of decrease, it should be a constant row. So repeat normal double crochet and single crochet until you complete this row, then start a constant row. Then after that, I'll be there again to show you how to increase the pattern. I'm onto my fourth row after making 2 rows of increase. So remember, this is the lower part of the top, or this is the upper part of the top. You can see mine, it's forming the curve of increase. So onto this lower part of the top, you should not make any increase. So don't make any increase at the lower part of the top. So chain one, then place a single crochet, then place a double crochet. So keep alternating until you complete this row. It seems like in every even number we are not making an increase, but onto an odd number we'll be making an increase. So repeat this until you complete this row. Then onto the next row, it's where we'll be making an increase, and remember it will be on the upper part of the top. So I'll be there to show you how to make an increase onto the upper part of the top. We'll be making rows of increase for 7.5 inches, and this is according to your size. And remember, while making this top, you have to try and fit it. You have to try and fit it on so that you can make sure you make a perfect size for yourself. Repeat this for 7.5 inches. If you are a bit large, you can just increase the number of rows, or you can just increase the inches to 10 inches or to 9 inches. So repeat that for 7.5 inches. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. Right now, I'll be showing you how to decrease the pattern. So remember after making the last row of increase, you start the next row by decreasing the pattern. So remember, we are only increasing or decreasing onto the upper part of the top, and we will only be increasing when starting a new row from the upper part of the top. So right now, I'll start by decreasing this pattern from this point, and it is the upper part of the top. Let me show you how to make a decrease. And remember, we'll be making a decrease immediately after making a row of increase, so that this part over here, so that it can be a bit sharp, as you can see. So this point over here, it should be a bit sharp, and for it to be a bit sharp, you will not be making any constant row onto this point over here. Hope you can understand me. So let's get into it. To make a decrease, this is what you have to do. Chain one. To make a decrease, you have to chain one, turn your work around. So making a decrease is a bit simple than making an increase. So you reduce these both stitches and join them to form one. So insert the hook, pull through the yarn, then after that yarn over, then insert the hook onto the next stitch, pull through the yarn. You should have a total of 4 loops onto the hook. Then after that, yarn over all the 4 loops at the same time. Then check the second stitch, what you should place on this second stitch over here. Remember, onto this second stitch over here, how it looks, you should place a single crochet on it. Then onto the third stitch over here, how it looks, you should place a double crochet on it. Keep on alternating until you complete this row. Then after that, I'll be there to show you what to do next. Right now, I'm making the second row after making the first row of decrease, and this row will be starting from the lower part of the top. And remember, we are not making any decrease or increase at the lower part of the top, so we have to continue doing. So chain one and turn your work around. Onto this first stitch over here, you should place a single crochet on it. The second stitch, place a double crochet. So this row that you are making right now, it will be a normal row. So repeat alternating the single crochet and double crochet until you complete this row. Then I'll be there to show you how to do the next row. Right now, I'm on to the third row after starting the third row after making a decrease. And remember, we'll only be decreasing or increasing at the start or at the beginning of the upper part of the row. So if you are making the row from the upper part or starting it, you should make an increase or decrease. So right now we are starting a row from the upper part of the top, so we are going to make a decrease. And let me show you again how to make the decrease. You just chain one, then after that you combine these 2 stitches over here to form one stitch. So insert the hook, pull through the yarn. You should have 2 loops on your hook. Then after that, yarn over, then insert the hook again and pull through the yarn to have 4 loops on your hook. Then after that, yarn over all the 4 loops at the same time. Then continue alternating the single crochet and the double crochet. So repeat this until you complete this row, and remember, we're starting a row from the lower part of the top. We will not be making a decrease. So the next row after this, it should be a constant row. Then after that, I'll be there to show you what to do next. Remember, we are increasing or decreasing on only the odd number rows. So repeat this row, then after that, I'll be there to show you what to do next. Repeat rows of increase until you achieve the 7.5 inches that you made, or if you made 10 inches, you should make sure, if you made 10 inches for the rows of increase, you should make sure that you make 10 rows or 10 inches for the rows of decrease. So repeat that, then after that I'll be there to show you what to do next. After completing making the rows of decrease, you should make constant rows for the 3.5 inches that you made onto this other side. So remember, if you made 3.5 inches for the constant rows at the beginning of making this top, you should also make 3.5 inches of constant rows while ending the top. So this side and this side should be equal. So for example, let's say this is the center of the top. So what you have made in this side, you should also make onto the other side. If these constant rows are 3.5, you should also make 3.5 constant rows onto this other side. If you made 7.5 inches for the rows of increase, you should also make 7.5 inches for the rows of decrease. So repeat that. Then after that, we'll be making the rows a bit neat, or we'll be making the edges of the top a bit neat. So repeat that, then we'll be getting on to the next section. Now I'll be showing you how to make the upper part of the stitch, the upper part of the top, a bit clear and a bit neat. So what you have to do is just place single crochet onto these stitches that are onto the upper part of the top, so that you can make the pattern up, so that you can make the top a bit neat. Right now, what I'll be showing you is how to make the top a bit neat. So what you have to do, you'll just be placing single crochets onto the stitches onto the upper part of the top. So let me show you how to go about it. So place a single crochet in every stitch. Repeat placing one single crochet into every stitch until complete, until you reach onto this point. Then after that, I'll be there to show you what to do next. We are almost completing to make this top. I've completed making a row of single crochet onto the upper part of the top. Then another thing, onto this middle stitch over here, you should place 3 double crochet onto the same stitch so that it can be a bit sharp, as you can see. Then after that, we'll be moving onto this side over here, and here we are going to make a pattern that will enable the straps to go around the back of the top. So what you are going to do, right now, you chain 4. Then after chaining 4, skip the next stitch. Then onto the next stitch, place a double crochet on it. Then again chain, we start chaining 1. Then after that, skip the next stitch. Then onto the next stitch, you should place a double crochet on it. Then next chain 1, then skip the next stitch. Then onto the next stitch, place a double crochet on it. So chain 1, then onto the next, skip the next stitch, then onto the next stitch, place a double crochet on it. So keep on repeating the pattern until you complete this row. Then I'll be there to show you when you reach onto this point over here. I've completed making this pattern, and this is how my top looks on the side, or this is how the side of the top looks. So what we are going to do next, we'll be placing single crochets onto the lower part of the top so that it can look a bit neat. So repeat placing single crochets onto this lower part of the top until you reach here. Then after that, I'll be there to show you what to do next. I've completed making single crochet onto the lower part of the top. So what we are going to do next is what we have already done onto this other side. So chain 4. After chaining 4, place a double crochet. So skip the next stitch, then place a double crochet onto the next stitch. Then after that, chain 1, then skip the next stitch, then onto the next stitch, place a double crochet on it, chain 1, then skip the next stitch, then onto the next stitch, place a double crochet on it, chain 1, skip as the next stitch, then onto the next stitch, place a double crochet on it, chain 1, then continue that pattern until you're almost completing this row. Then after that, I'll be there to show you what to do next. The next thing that you'll be doing is making a strap for this top. Make sure you double the strands of yarn. Then make a slip knot. Then after that, chain as long as you want for the strap of the top. After making the strap, you'll be attaching the strap onto this pattern that you have made. And that is it. Hope this tutorial was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and thank you for watching till the end. So see you on my next video. Bye.